For centuries, the mastery of fire has stood as a hallmark of human evolution. It was once believed that fire use emerged approximately 400,000 years ago, but stunning new archaeological evidence has now pushed this timeline back by hundreds of thousands of years, maybe even over 1 million. This isn't just a minor revision in textbooks. This challenges how we define intelligence, culture, and the very roots of civilization. The oldest confirmed traces of fire use were once limited to ancient hearths in Europe and the Near East. Now, new data from Israeli caves and South African rock shelters suggests early hominins were deliberately harnessing fire much earlier. What's astonishing is not just the presence of charred bone or burnt plant remains. It's the context, signs of repeated, controlled use in specific areas that would have been ideal for maintaining long-term fires. In the Wonderwerk cave in South Africa, researchers have discovered microscopic traces of ash and burnt bones embedded in sediment layers dating back nearly 1 million years. That's hundreds of thousands of years before Homo sapiens even appeared. The cave, deep and dark, would have been an unlikely place for natural wildfires to reach. The implication is clear. Fire was brought there, tended, and used repeatedly by early ancestors, possibly Homo erectus. Why is this such a big deal? Because controlled fire isn't just a source of warmth, it's the beginning of human transformation. Fire meant cooked food, which led to smaller digestive systems and bigger brains. It meant light at night, which allowed for social bonding and the extension of human activity beyond daylight hours. It meant protection from predators, the ability to move into colder climates, and even the development of new technologies like tool refinement and pottery firing. This means our ancestors weren't just wandering hunter-gatherers reacting to nature. They were active agents, manipulating their environment in complex ways, much earlier than previously assumed. And it means our understanding of when culture began, the ability to pass down learned behavior, needs a serious re-evaluation. Other locations are now showing similar evidence. In Israel's Qesem cave, signs of a fire hearth have been dated to around 400,000 years ago, with indicators that early humans returned again and again to the same spot to cook and perhaps gather. There are even signs of spatial organization, charred bones found in specific zones, suggesting the emergence of social roles and structured living spaces. This is not just early fire use. This is early society. The implications extend beyond anthropology. If we were using fire that early, it reshapes our entire view of cognitive development in hominins like Homo erectus and Neanderthals. Perhaps they weren't as primitive as once thought. Maybe the gap between them and modern Homo sapiens isn't a canyon, it's a shallow stream. These findings also suggest we should be looking elsewhere for even earlier signs. Burnt plant material in Kenya, charcoal traces in the depths of Chinese caves, each could hold a clue to a time when fire was more than a tool. It was a cultural milestone. But fire isn't easy to trace. Unlike stone tools, fire doesn't leave permanent marks unless conditions are just right. That's why so many potential discoveries have gone unnoticed. But with modern techniques, microscopic ash analysis, magnetic residue scans, even AI-enhanced pattern recognition, we're finally peering deeper into the past than ever before. What's unfolding is a story not just of evolution, but of intention. These weren't accidental flames. These were deliberate acts, the birth of mastery. And once early humans mastered fire, they mastered time, space, and survival. The story of fire is in many ways the story of us. It reveals a lineage not of brute instinct, but of ingenuity, adaptation, and communal living. The more we learn, the clearer it becomes we've been shaping the world for far longer than we imagined. And perhaps fire is the first step in a very long journey, the spark that ignited civilization itself. It's time we reframe human history, not as a series of sudden leaps, but as a long, smoldering burn. One that began not in cities or empires, but in caves lit by embers 1 million years ago. Like, share, and subscribe to Atomic Domain for more groundbreaking stories that rewrite everything we thought we knew. Still shocked? Subscribe to Atomic Domain for more history-shaking science. Like, comment, and share to uncover the ancient secrets they never taught us.